Hi Taurus, this is Mimi with Divination by Mimi. Welcome to your June 2018 tarot reading. Um, Quick announcement to start the video off before we get into the actual reading. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would love to have you part of our family and have a line of communication open about your sign, other signs, and just the general astrological events going on and energetic events going on. So please subscribe. It would be great. And you can also set up notifications for when your videos come out, your sign comes out. Also, if you would like a personal reading, please email me at mimimemes@hotmail.com. You will find that email address in the description box below the video, along with my pricing. And one last announcement. So there's a very big transit occurring this month, which is Uranus moving into Taurus, your house, your sign. You're ruled by Venus. You're no, you're not a cardinal sign. Sorry, you're ruled by Venus, and you are a fixed sign. It's moving into a fixed sign, and what your sign and your house, second house, represents are, because it's ruled by Venus, of course, finances and beauty and relationships, but also the earth. So Uranus is kind of making its presence known in Hawaii and other Pacific islands right now in the form of earthquakes and volcanoes. Taurus and the second house can be about literally the physical earth, right? And how we get along with the earth. So this can affect the literal physical earth. Uranus's energy or Uranian energy is unpredictable, non-stagnant change, chaotic energy. Good or bad, it's just change. You can guarantee it. So think about that unpredictable energy as it relates to the earth. It can cause an eruptive, sudden change like an earthquake or like a volcano. And we'll possibly see more of this. So it also can have an effect on farming. Farming is to do with the earth, and also farming has to do with our stock markets, with our commodities trading. As also Venus and Taurus has to do with our financial system and structures around it. So we might see some massive changes to our financial systems, our banking systems, and our trading, our stock trading, our value trading, our commodity trading. In addition to that, it affects beauty and relationships. So it could be some major changes, naturally occurring changes with Uranus moving into Taurus in those arenas. And then Uranus brings progress. So whether or not it feels like a good change or it's an uncomfortable change like a volcano or like an earthquake or a financial meltdown or what have you, however it decides to manifest its crazy chaotic self, it causes a change which ultimately causes progress, right? Hopefully. So being that Uranus tenant and its ruling house, 11th, and sign, Aquarius, is about activism. It's about change. It's about progress, right? Moving on technologically, spiritually, intellectually, progress. So generally it is a good thing, but it can be uncomfortable. So that I'm sort of telling you about it. It happens on the 15th, just as a forewarning to be prepared for it. You might see a lot of activity geologically, financially, politically, just a lot. And progress. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to announce for, yes, so let's get into your reading, Taurus. I'm going to be doing a 4-card pull based upon some situation in your life. So some feeling you're sitting in, some experiencing something you're sort of experiencing right now. That's the first position. Second position is a positive aspect to that. Third position is a negative or stressful aspect to that. And the final position is any overall advice that Spirit chooses to provide. I am using the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is a Rider-Waite-Smith based deck with some recoloration. Let's get into your reading, Taurus. For May 2018. Our fixed, earthy, Venus-ruled second house rulers, Taurus. Very practical, very sensual. Tauruses are usually very attractive people. Venus blesses them, so they're usually very romantic, very sensual, but also physically very attractive. When I think of Taurus women, I think of like Audrey Hepburn, Uma Thurman, Michelle Pfeiffer. Just there's some very beautiful Taurian women and men. I think George Clooney, a Taurus. Okay. what's going on with Taurus? May 2018. Holy Hecate. Cosmic Soul. Titaness. Mother. God. Thank you. You're holding on to some funds, being careful with your spending, you're feeling a stability. I don't see this as the miser, maybe because I'm a Capricorn, but I don't see this Four of Coins as a miserly person. I see this as stability. It's a 4, number 1. But this is a character who understands the value of having these things, and he takes care of these things, whether it's health or finances. But at the same time, he is aware of and values and understands and has a healthy fear of the lack of these things. Again, health, finances. So you're sitting in a place right now where you're feeling stable because you are taking care of business. Positive aspect. The Capricorn card, the Queen of Pentacles. So you're sitting in a Capricornian energy. She is a queen, so she's cardinal, and she's earth, so she's Capricorn. She's sitting on her throne. She's holding her pentacle. She's considering her pentacle. She's valuing it, right? She's surrounded by lushness. There's a rabbit. There's fertility there. There's flora and fauna, mountains in the background. She's not overly ornate in her dress, but you can tell by the colors that she's of power. Red, a red tie on the crown there, and then the green cascading veil down from the crown and around her has to do with fertility, has to do with abundance. That could be financial. And it looks kind of with 2 Pentacle cards and with the activities occurring in the 2nd house this month that we're talking finances here. So right now there seems to be an attention that needs to be paid, or you're actually paying attention. You're actually on it, but keep focus on it, on your stuff and things. Your health too, but your finances. So anything substantial and manifest in this world, whether it is your health or your family, your resources around you, and your financial resources. You're in a good place of understanding the lack of, the fear of the lack of, a good healthy understanding of that, and a good respect for what you have, and appreciating and evaluating and considering what you have. So that's good. Negative or stressful aspect is the Magician in reverse. So this is a Mercury ruled card. Magician in the upright is someone who is fully equipped and capable of handling any situation, has all of the elements available to him, all of the resources, whether it's emotional resources, intellectual resources, financial resources, or passionate yang energy, energetic resources available to him to take action and to manifest things, to keep this and maintain this and possibly grow this, right? You got it in the reverse. So in the reverse, it can mean a couple of things. Either you don't feel as though you have the resources available, or you have been misusing your resources. Now, based upon your current situation, I don't think you've been misusing your resources. I think there's a question as to whether or not you can manifest what you want. These cards, stability, Capricorn, are they're wealthy, they're comfortable, and they're humble. But over here, there's a negative aspect to that humbleness. And this is a major arcana card. So this is a life lesson you need to take on. You're sitting here kind of in a place of, it's almost lack, being that you have a restricted view on how to manifest things. You have a restricted view on where abundance comes from, how it actually comes into play, right? These 2 cards here are like, well, you do what we're taught to do. You work your 9 to 5, you try to get a second income, you save your money, and you build and have a healthy respect for your resources. This guy over here is saying, yes, that's all true. And you're fully aware of the pentacle nature, the pentacle element, the earth element. But there are other elements here you may not be employing. Firstly, the intellect. Are you using that very bright mind of yours to invest wisely? Are you taking a chance with the fire energy and putting yourself out there to make an investment? Are you too timid in that area? With the water, are you lacking an emotional connection with finances. In other words, it seems like you want more, but you're not fearful, you're comfortable, but you seem to have a restricted idea on how things can happen financially for you, how abundance can be manifested. So get back in touch. In other words, the lesson here is you're sitting with all of this available to you, but you just don't see it or you don't believe it. And that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's more like your mindset needs to change. I'm being drawn to the sword energy. Your mindset needs to change about how things happen, how finances are made, your relationship with money, your relationship with manifested resources. Are you literally restricting it to, well, it's my job and any other secondary income that I have, and that is literally how finances are created or how abundance is created? There's so much more than that. I mean, as a person that's watching a tarot video and watching your astrological information, I have to assume that there's a slight belief in magic and an understanding that that in the natural world, there are things that can't be quantified, but still very much exist, like the knowledge that you know when someone's looking at you, right? You instinctively look, and sure enough, they're looking at you. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about that can't be quantified or hasn't been quantified yet. Doesn't make it non-existent. It exists. There are other ways to manifest the life that you want other than the restrictive ideas that you're currently holding. And this is a life lesson for you. So it's going to require you to loosen up the binds or the ties around how you see things. It's going to require you to really open up your mind. This is a call to open your mind about how things happen, how things are created. It's a spiritual lesson as well. I know we're focusing here on pentacles, on earth energy, health, and finances, but really this is not only a lesson about that and the accumulation or the manifestation of that, but it's also a spiritual lesson about everything, about the mechanics of the manifested and unmanifested world, how something goes from Keter to Malkut. And I think you've lost that, or you are closed off from it. Open your mind. That's the call here. And that's a karmic lesson. And keep on doing. Overall advice. Okay, so overall advice is 8 of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacles. So I'm really focusing it's finances. Okay. You're working. Keep on working. Diligently working away like a Taurus does, with a good work ethic. Working and building, honing your craft so that you are a more you can charge more for whatever your services are, or you can ask more for a job that you're in. So stay with that. Keep doing, being you. You do you, be you. But open an area of your mind that includes more possibilities of how things are manifest and how abundance can be, and what that abundance means. We don't want to hold on to it for dear life like it's all that we are and that it encapsulates our existence. It's a part of our physical expression in this planet at this time and space in this lifetime. But there needs to be an understanding that it's not just do this and then this happens. There's more to it than that. That's kind of Pavlovian, right? We're beyond that. We're higher beings than that. All sentient life forms have that nervous system connection, that pineal gland that understands we are connected to something larger. Okay? I hope that made sense. I hope that helped. Again, if you have questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you'd like something a little more in-depth and personal, email me at mimimemes@hotmail.com. Again, you'll find that email address and my pricing in the description box below the video. Otherwise, I will see you for the June readings. You take care, Taurus.